What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fano here, and in this CSGO video, I'm going to give you guys a complete $3 budget loadout that I know you guys are absolutely going to love, so let's get right into this video. The first CSGO skin I have for you, of course, is the CT primary pistol, which is going to be a P2000 handgun field tested. You can get this skin on the Steam market for around 50 cents, and it's probably one of the best P2000 skins you can get for under $1. It shows little to no wear. It only gets darker as the float increases, so I highly recommend you guys check it out if you guys are on a budget. But moving on, for our Glock 18 skin, I decided to go with an off-world battle scarred, which only costs 12 cents. I personally am a huge fan of the off-world, and I like the factory new version as well as the battle scarred version of this skin. But for this $3 budget loadout, I recommend going with a battle scarred or a field tested Glock 18 off-world. It's definitely one of the best cheap Glock skins in the game, so I highly recommend you guys check it out. But moving on, we have a Desert Eagle Mutter minimal wear, which only costs around 12 cents. Not much else to say, guys. There's not that many cheap Desert Eagle skins that can fit in a $3 loadout, so we had to go with the Mutter. If you guys absolutely hate the Mutter skin, you can upgrade to an Urban Rebel field tested for only a couple cents more, but if you guys are on a strict $3 budget, that will probably not be the case. However, next up we have an R8 Revolver grip field tested. It only costs around 9 cents on the Steam market, and if you guys do like rolling with the R8, I think this is one of the nicer looking budget R8 skins in the game. It doesn't show anywhere, it's pretty cheap, and it looks really good if you ask me. However, for our CZ75 auto skin, I decided to go with the Polymer field tested, which costs around 11 cents. You can get some pretty interesting patterns with this skin, and it comes in a variety of different colors, ranging from blue to green to aqua blue. I highly recommend you guys check out this skin if you're looking for a budget CZ75 auto skin. The Polymer is definitely up there. However, next up, if you guys prefer to go with a 5.7, I recommend going with the Coolant minimal wear, which only costs you guys 5 cents, and it actually looks a lot better than I thought. I used to stay away from this skin until I purchased one for this video, and I'm converted now. This is definitely my go-to cheap 5.7 skin. I highly recommend you guys take a look at this skin if you guys are on a budget. But moving on, we have a Tec-9 Groundwater minimal wear. It only costs 4 cents, very few scratches on it, and while there are better cheap Tec-9 skins in the game, I had to cut some corners here and save my money for elsewhere in this loadout, so unfortunately we did have to downgrade the Tec-9, and I hope you guys are not too disappointed with this decision. You guys can always upgrade to a CZ75 auto polymer to use as your T-side pistol. Moving on, we have a P250 facility draft factory new, which costs only 7 cents. I believe it is from the Nuke 2018 collection, so it is relatively new, guys, and it looks really good in factory new condition. For 7 cents, you can get a pretty decent solid budget skin. However, moving on to our dual Berettas, I decided to go with a Contractor minimal wear, which only costs 4 cents, and just like the Groundwater, it's cheap, it has few scratches, and it looks pretty good too. Alright, so moving on, we have a Nova Mandrel minimal wear. It's another really new skin added to the game, I believe recently for the Nuke 2018 collection, and it only costs 5 cents on the Steam market, guys, so I highly recommend you check this skin out. It looks a lot better than you might think for a consumer grade Nova skin, so give it a try and let me know what you guys think. Alright, so here we have a sawed-off snake camo field tested skin, which costs 5 cents on the Steam market. I do like my snake camos, so I might be a little bit biased here, but let me know what you guys think. I think it looks really good even in field tested. With little scratches, it makes it look even more realistic. However, at the end of the day, unless you're playing Office, you probably will not be using this skin. For our XM1014 skin, go with the Blue Steel Battle Scarred, which only costs around 6 cents. And it looks really good, especially if you can find one with a very high float, a very beat up looking XM skin. In battle scarred condition, the blue steel actually turns purple, and it looks so good, guys. So try to dig through the market and find one with the highest float you can. I guarantee you guys, you will not regret it. Alright, so for our Mag 7 skin, I decided to go with a metallic DDPAT minimal wear, which currently costs around 10 cents. I could have gone with a Storm minimal wear for a similar price, but at the end of the day, I think it all comes down to personal preference. For me personally, the metallic looks a little bit nicer. However, you guys can always decide for yourselves. Be sure to let me know which one you think looks best. For our Negev skin, I decided to go with an Army Sheen minimal wear, which only costs around 4 cents. Not much else to say here, guys. You can't really find a good looking cheap Negev skin in the game. That just does not exist. So we're just gonna have to go with the Army Sheen and call it a day. Similarly, for our M249 skin, I decided to go with a Gator mesh field tested, which costs around 5 cents. Again, it's It's a pretty low tier skin if you ask me, guys, but we're on a budget, a $3 budget, so I think this is the best skin that we could afford, and it's not like you guys are going to be using this skin anyways, unless you're Bot Elmer. Can I get a hashtag Bot Elmer in the chat? But anyways, guys, moving on, we have a Mac 10 Palm minimal wear, which costs around 7 cents. It's probably one of the best Mac 10 skins under 10 cents that you can find. However, for an extra 10 cents, you guys can find arguably nicer looking Mac 10 skins. They are definitely out there, guys. For our MP7 skin, I decided to go with a Forest DDPAT minimal wear, which costs around 7 cents. There's not much wear on this skin since it is minimal wear. It's probably one of the best MP7 skins for under $10, if not the best. But at the end of the day, guys, who really uses the MP7 in 2019? Let me know if you guys still use this skin. The modern alternative to the MP7 is obviously the MP5, which for my loadout, I decided to go with a Dirt Drop minimal wear. It's cheap, it looks good, no scratches, and it only cost me 5 cents, so that was a pretty good bargain. If you guys are a bunch of cool kids and you like rolling with the P90, I recommend going with an Ashwood Field Tested, which only costs 7 cents. You guys can upgrade to a minimal wear for only 2 cents more. However, I do think the Ashwood looks nicer when it is a little beat up and it has a few scratches on it. Nonetheless, guys, moving on, we have a PP-Bizon Facility Sketch minimal wear. This skin right here is going to blind your eyes to death. It only costs 5 cents on the Steam market. And yeah, it's a really new skin, guys. I believe it is also from the Nuke 2018 collection. And like I said before, we're going with minimal wear so that we do not completely fry our retinas, and we're also going to save a couple cents. Speaking of something that's burning, here we have a UMP 45 Gunsmoke minimal wear, which costs around 7 cents. You could also upgrade to a carbon fiber factory new, which only costs 2 cents more. And again, it all comes down to personal preference. I personally think for an extra 2 cents, you should upgrade to the carbon fiber factory new, but of course it is up to you to decide. For our MP9 skin, I decided to go with an orange peel minimal wear, which currently costs around 8 cents. It's a very nice skin, guys. It's definitely one of my favorite MP9 skins, my favorite budget MP9 skins, that is. And I know it's a fan favorite, so highly recommend you guys check this skin out if you haven't already. However, moving on, we have an AK-47 Safari Mesh Field Tested, which only costs around 27 cents. I think it's the cheapest AK-47 skin in the game. But surprisingly, in field tested condition, it does not look too bad, especially if you can find one with a lower float. There are plenty of them out there on the market, so do your browsing, do your digging through the Steam market listings, and find one with the lowest float you can. But for our M4A4 skin, I decided to go with a Mainframe minimal wear, which only costs 19 cents. It's one of the cheapest M4A4 skins in the game, and you guys are going to get it in minimal wear conditions, so I highly recommend you guys check the skin out. It looks really good. Try to find one with a low float and low scratches. Yet another skin from the Nuke 2018 collection. However, for our M4A1S, I decided to go with a Boreal Forest Field Tested, which is probably the cheapest M4A1S in the game, which costs 10 cents. Only 10 cents, guys. Definitely should be checking the skin out if you guys are on a budget and you guys prefer to use the M4A1S. For our AWP skin, I recommend going with a Safari Mesh Field Tested, which only costs 15 cents. Cheapest op skin in the game, I think, and it can make for some very nice sticker combos. For our SSG08 skin, I decided to go with a blue spruce minimal wear, which costs around 6 cents. And for our Galil AR skin, I decided to go with a Cold Fusion Field Tested, which only costs 13 cents. It's another new Galil AR skin, and I think it looks really good in field tested condition. I expected it to be a lot more beat up than it is. It's definitely one of the nicer looking cheap Galil AR skins in the game, so highly recommend you guys take a look. And for our FAMAS skin, I decided to go with a Crypsis Field Tested, which costs around 15 cents. This skin is from the Prisma Case collection, so it is relatively new, a couple months old. So the price has been going down, and for only 15 cents, I think this skin looks really good. There's a bunch of insects on it. Who doesn't like a good bug? But moving on, we have a SG553 Waves Perforated Minimal Wear, which only costs 4 cents. If you guys prefer going with the AUG instead, I recommend going with a Sweeper Factory New, which only costs 8 cents. It's probably the nicest looking budget AUG skin in Factory New condition, so I highly recommend you guys check this skin out. However, for our Scar 20 skin, I recommend going with a Carbon Fiber Factory New, which only costs around 10 cents. Next to the Grotto, I think the Carbon Fiber Factory New, it looks really good, and it's probably the best budget Scar 20 skin you guys can get. However, last up, we have a G3SG1 skin, Desert Storm factory new. It only costs 13 cents for a factory new skin, a very old factory new skin from the Dust 2 collection. I definitely think you guys should check this skin out. I think it deserves a lot more credit than it gets. It has a very nice mocha camo pattern to it, which I really love, but of course you guys can always opt for a green apple minimal wear instead, and you guys will save around 6 cents. Those are 6 valuable cents that you can use elsewhere in your $3 budget loadout, so choose wisely, guys. If you guys don't like using the heavy or the SMG loadouts, you guys are gonna save around 76 cents, so I highly recommend you guys take that into consideration. You can use those 76 cents for upgrading any of the rifles or the pistols, maybe even getting a nice USPS skin in here. But again, that's up to you guys 100%. And yeah, the total cost of this loadout is $3 on the dot. That's how much I paid for these skins. And of course, I highly recommend you guys use the Steam market to create buy order requests if you guys want to buy these skins for the same price that I paid. These skin prices vary from day to day depending on the time of day, but of course I'm going to leave that up to you. If you guys are interested in a $5 budget loadout, I recommend clicking on the link currently being displayed on your screen. There are some very nice and interesting skins in that video, some really nice upgrades to the skins in this video, so definitely give that video a gander. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this loadout. That's about all I had for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe as always for future CSGO videos. So until next time, this is Fano, signing out.